So, what do you call one toddler, 2 nurses, 3 couches, 4 coffee makers, 5 cats, 6 fans, and 7 vacuums?
Doing the most.
And we are back, and this is our podcast, and that is what we are doing. I'm Mitchell.
I'm Scarlet.
And welcome to episode, do you know which one?
13?
Lucky 13, I guess you could
And
call
we're
it that.
just regular people, full-time jobs,
Right.
kids, just trying to live the dream, the American dream
I thought
that
we're
doesn't
just-
exist for us anymore.
I'm always like, we're just doing the most with their, you heard it there, right?
Yeah,
I was changing it up. I thought, I don't know. So.
No, I liked that. Wait, but...
Oh, now you're like, I got to redo
I think
things.
you're missing something's just not...
That right? Yeah. Okay.
Huh.
So,
Wait a second.
Oh, what? Are you trying to ask me a question?
No.
Or propose to me?
I just feel like you're missing, I don't know why you haven't been,
Okay, I'm sorry, using this. Okay. She's handing me. For those, by the way, because we are on all the socials at Less Cats, please. Am I right?
Yes.
And
On Instagram,
and
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Blue Sky, and YouTube like Shorts or YouTube or whatever.
And TikTok.
Right. Yeah.
I think that's all.
So I got to be careful because this what you're asking me to do was problematic the other day. So,
there it is.
thinking,
I wonder what had my dad peg you as a ring guy.
So if you're not
Why
watching,
did I say it like ring?
if you're not watching on YouTube, Scarlett, I forgot. I'm wearing a large ring. It's got a blue. I don't know what is this in here. It might have a story.
I don't know. Do you want to show them the box?
Yeah, this came directly from Avon. If you guys remember the Avon, does Avon still exist?
Yeah.
Okay.
My grandma still sells it.
So thank you, Mark, for this ring, this Avon ring. I put it on one of my fingers the other day. I don't remember which one, but I had a panic moment where I was like, it's not coming off. I think it was on my right hand because
That would be so funny. And then you couldn't take it off.
And I thought, okay, we're going to have to go to the ED. I know how it works. 'Cause I worked that's where I was like, I wasn't sure if I get off because my finger already started swelling. So I'm not going to put it back on this index finger. But go ahead, because you were laughing at me the other day.
I just feel like you take on this whole persona. You were like tapping on the window.
Yeah, I feel like I got to hold my
it.
hand up to my face a lot so you can see the ring. Or like hold my hand on my hip, where you're like, hey, look at that ring.
Yeah, you know what? My dad was probably at a flea market.
And he saw this?
And he saw that and he was like, that has Mitchell written all over it.
Well,
And I'm like, he's not wrong.
We both thought the same thing, which was we wished it was a pinky ring because this would be this really. I mean, okay, so this was not on the docket today. However,
I could probably get
if you know someone or you are someone who wears a pinky ring and you're a guy, I'd love to know more about you because it says something. A pinky ring says something, and I'm not going to say it's bad, but it's definitely not saying to me, hey, I want to be. I don't want to be friends with a guy wearing a pinky ring.
It's like a level of confidence that probably shouldn't exist.
It's just like, no, it's even more like worse than the high school graduation ring or the, like, I don't know.
Did you have a high school graduation ring?
No.
Do you know people who still wear their high school graduation rings?
No, but I knew dudes that got them, and it was kind of like, okay, that's interesting. Interesting choice. Rings are, that's an interesting choice on a guy. Rings, like I wear a wedding band, and that's it, and that's just because
barely, it's rubber.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
look,
silicone.
Me too.
Well, when you're nursing, you have to wear silicone, and then here's the truth: you get so used to it at work, and the reason is if people who are listening are not nurses, the reason because
it's just more comfortable.
Well, I heard how many times did I hear anecdotal stories about, so-and-so took their ring off or took their gloves off and their ring was in it and they threw it away accidentally and now they're searching through gloves looking for a engagement ring or whatever. What have
that would
you.
be
So-
devastating.
So, I mean, that's why I think a lot of people either don't wear them or they wear the silicone. Because I lose this thing, it's like, what, $1.20? If that, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And then I just get a new one. But then they become so comfortable. I wear it like all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so when we go out on like a date, I'll put
I
on
know.
my nice ring, my real wedding
I'm like,
ring.
all right, I'll get out or like last week when we went to the baby shower, I was like, okay, I'm dressed up. So I guess I'll
But now I have
put
this
on
ring
my
from your
wedding
dad.
band and
Yeah.
but yeah, like
Ooh.
jewelry is just not what it used to be.
I mean, for me, wearing this new ring makes me, it's blue. It kind of highlights my eyes. Sorry. It's, I was never, okay, the necklace thing, right? So I grew up in the 80s, right?
The
And
necklace
the gold
thing.
chain, the gold chain on the guy.
Immediate red flag.
Well, but
If it has a cross on it, like do not enter.
it's a red cross
No.
flag. Yeah.
No.
So yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to offend some of the listeners. That's why I'm like, hey, if you're a guy and you use a chain or a red cross chain, hey, it says
I'm
you're
a blood donor.
That's okay. The respect to the
And
red
it has
cross
your
chain.
type on the back of it.
Oh, hey, now how come nobody's wearing the red cross necklace?
Yeah.
There we go. I'm gonna invent that if it's not already ready. No, so in the 80s you could wear like a gold chain. Well, I feel like guys are still wearing them, but they don't realize this was over in the 1980s. But you'd have like your gold chain, and maybe you're wearing like a football jersey or it's like a cut-off football jersey. You got the gold chain.
Or a wife beater.
That was the thing.
And you are a wife beater.
How about this? Have I
Don't do
told
that.
this story? I probably have. If I told this on the podcast. By the way, episode 13, we are a fortnightly podcast, which means we are how many weeks in?
Every 2 weeks.
26 weeks.
Okay.
Well, actually more than that. Half a year.
Start telling the story and
Okay.
I'll tell you if you've told it or not.
Okay. So when I was a kid, I don't know, 7 or 8, my brother had a birthday coming up. Older brother, 6 years older. So 7 or 8, he's like 13, 14. Maybe I was 9, a little older, but he's a teenager, right? And I'm like, my mom takes me to the Walmart downtown. It's
The Walmart.
It's old.
The
This
one
is
and only.
The 1980s Walmart, right? So it's a little
Oof.
different, a little rougher, but a little more trashy, but like fun.
How
you
could
know?
it get trashier?
Well, it's not as organized, Like now it's like organized trash.
Okay.
But back then it was just like, I don't know. Like,
Weirdly, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like you wouldn't have gone to another town and been like, oh, they have a Walmart. You would have been surprised. Like, oh, you think your Walmart's the only one on the planet when you're a kid. Because
in Mount Airy, it was.
Right. So we go to the Walmart and I'm like, I want to get him a gold chain necklace, right? My mother has to buy this, and it's not real gold, right? But I remember distinctly, the brand was called Dude. Dude. Dude was the brand of necklace. And it had it came in a little like velour square and like envelope that was in and it's soft inside, a little tiny thing, right? And so I got him that for his birthday, right? His necklace, right? So, and then at some point after that, meaning it could be in weeks or months, I don't know. This is kid years, right? My brother, we have an argument. We shared a room at this point. We had bunk beds and shared a room. We had an argument and he got really mad and this and that. And we were fighting. And then I remember I was in the top bunk because that was my bed. He got mad and he took the necklace in the little Dude velour brown looking case thing envelope. And he threw it at me and he said, I never liked this anyways. Right. And I remember being a kid and that like cut me. Like I was crying. I remember crying myself to sleep.
You're about to cry right
I know, because it hurt me so bad that he didn't he said that. And it was like, that was one of my first like, oh, well, I mean, no, my brother's no longer with us. So it has a little extra meaning. But that was like, I remember. And then later, I remember when we made up, because we lived in the same room. He was like, I was just, he was like, I was just kidding. Now, I never asked him what he really thought of the necklace, but I'd like to think he never liked it.
Okay. I hope so.
In the
Mike,
first place.
if you're here,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
give me a sign that you never actually liked it.
And we weren't even fighting over, but it was the kind of thing you do where you're like, here's your dumb necklace back anyways.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
feel like all of us had sibling things growing. Like, I had things with my brother. He's 4 years younger. And I would just be like, oh, why are you like doing that? And he had this we had these fundraisers at school every year, and you could pick the size t-shirt, and you could pick the print. And these prints were atrocious. I mean, it would be like a picture of like, blue jeans with the knees. There's like holes in the knees, and it says something like "pray harder."
Okay.
Or, they would have some sort of religious slant, or you could get something like "world's best grandma" or something. Well,
oh dear.
My parents got him. My brother loved tractors.
Right.
Loved tractors. So my parents got him a green sweatshirt with the picture of a John Deere tractor on it. And he wore this sweatshirt every day. And he would tuck it into his, you heard me right. Yeah. He would tuck it into his elastic waistband jeans.
Okay.
And he was like in kindergarten and first grade. And we were at the same school at this time. And I would just be like so embarrassed to walk in with him because he would have that. My parents would just let him go like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
with his tucked in sweatshirt. And I'm just like, you have to stop. You have, and they're like, just let him do what he wants. Let him be a boy, well, and they would always defend him. And I'm like, I am trying to save him from himself. Okay.
I mean, I can imagine this because I remember seeing, the tucked in sweatshirt is always like a.
It already had like a fitted. It already had like the
it's a
elastic,
sweatshirt. I don't. Yeah. There's no sweatshirt that you're supposed to tuck in. There isn't. There doesn't exist.
Nope.
That's just a thick shirt or something. I don't know.
But anyway, I don't know. Yeah. Well, but I mean, every day my mom would wash it every night. Like she would wash it so he could wear it the next day. Man. They didn't even get him like a second or third one.
Wow. Sounded like, maybe you should have prayed harder. That was your shortfall.
Woo, yeah,
Well,
remember the days when you sold wrapping paper too?
Oh man. Well, I mean, yours a little time after me, but was it a Christian? What you said, this was for school or at the church?
It was for school.
Okay, but pretty Christian community, right? Or whatever you called it, Southern Baptist.
I grew up in North Carolina.
Right.
Which is the Bible Belt.
I know. I've heard of this before, so okay.
I would say it's less the Bible Belt now. Like it's definitely more like northern of the Bible Belt.
I'm just trying to imagine what Clay with this tucked in sweatshirt. What kind of a hairdo do you remember?
A bowl cut.
The bowl cut.
I'm not even
a rock and roll cut.
He was a cute kid. Like he even kind of looked like Max a little bit. Like if Max had a bowl cut
and tucked his sweatshirt in.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, accurate.
Yeah, okay. Hey, well, that side journey brought to you by nothing.
I don't remember the name of the company.
Okay.
I bet I could look it up, though.
Yeah, they, good time. Did they use Gildan sweatshirts, I bet?
I don't know.
Well, okay. Good times. Well, good little throwbacks to our brothers back in the day. Yeah. The things they did or didn't do.
Clay, you're still with us.
Yeah, Clay is, yeah. So my question I actually had here is, who or what is doing the most lately? That's just anything coming
I'm probably doing the most.
Well, you are. What?
With the birds?
Yeah. I mean, it's everywhere. Birds everywhere.
Listen. Somebody the other day was
this just arrived on this. I'm holding in my hand. Looks like two wicker.
You know what?
It's like hold on. What's the name of those chairs? That you can get a wicker chair like this for a human. Yeah. That you sit in, a little more open. Kind of. But this is like if you go see the video on YouTube, folks, you can see these wicker pine cone. I don't know.
Well, they can't even see the door. You just make them. Okay.
Okay. Well,
I have come to the conclusion. Sometimes you get those. No. Sometimes you get those. You see those weird videos of people walking through woods, and they're like, "What is this stuff hanging in the trees? This is like witchcraft." And I'm like, you know what? No. Somebody is just trying to give birds a home out there, okay? Because that looks kind of creepy, doesn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean,
like if you're just like walking through the woods and you start seeing a bunch of those, you would be like, "What in the Blair Witch?"
No, I would agree. So that's why I'm kind of Well, you are doing the most with these birds, everywhere birds.
But the other day, somebody was like, "You seem so much happier and at peace." This was actually a while ago. Because I know you're making a face like this has not been the last 2 days of your life.
I mean, yeah.
But I was like, thank you, because I've entered my bird watching era.
What?
And I'm enjoying it.
So let's talk about that for a moment. I mean, everywhere, birds everywhere. Now, we haven't, I'm not going to say this anyways.
What?
No. I was just going to say, I assume this is like your hobby and you're paying for all this kind of birdie stuff.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, now you seem taken aback. I don't know. I was just double checking.
It's not an expensive hobby.
Well, I don't know. There was a receipt I'm looking for from Fred Meyer that was hundreds of dollars.
A seed?
No, a receipt.
Oh, a receipt.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I think it had a bird bath and some other stuff.
Oh,
We don't need to discuss that now. I bring it up on the air because it's safe. You can't get too mad. Although you could totally throw everything off the table.
Then I don't want you to benefit from it. So close the curtains. Don't ever look at that bird bath.
How much did that cost?
$60.
For the bird? What was the other $240 on that receipt?
Oh, that was all that stuff. The plants, the mulch. The bark dust.
I'm willing to pay for half of lawn beautification.
I worked hard on that.
I know, it looks wonderful.
And it looks so good.
I feel like some of this is like a unilateral decision making, and then I'm expected to be part of the financing, which is okay, I think.
Is this going to be part of the show?
No, it could be. Oh, no, the show isn't focused on our finances. The bird thing, I just was getting clarification on your hobby here. If it's okay. Now you're upset.
I'm not upset.
I'm angry.
I'm not angry.
Listen, look at my ring. Nothing makes me happier than looking at this ring with the blue.
It's like you're so afraid to keep it on your finger.
Yeah, after that, because I see how they cut them off in the ED. Okay, so birds although I participated, I paid for this on my own money. The wingspan game. The bird.
Oh, do you want me to show them?
You don't have to show them. It's a heavy. The box might. I don't know.
It's actually really pretty.
Well, and what
For those of you who
watch on YouTube
and like board games,
that's pretty good. The
artwork is
you're
phenomenal.
gonna have to move, put it behind the mic, sort of, and then where your head would normally be, and move your head. There we go.
Artwork,
something like that.
So beautiful.
Anyway, wingspan.
This little hummingbird. Look at this little chickadee. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is a Oklahoma
split tail,
scissor
tail flycatcher. Something was it? No, something like
scissor tail flycatcher. I don't know, but it's beautiful.
The scissor tail something
artwork
catcher.
Is beautiful, and once you get the hang of the game, in about 3 to 4 hours, it's actually enjoyable.
Okay. Brought to you by Wingspan from Stonemeyer Games. I didn't even.
Stonemeyer. SM. My initials.
It was recommended at a baby shower to me. I mean, of all places, by some other dudes.
Yeah.
So, that's a fun. I got that specifically because you're into birds. I was like, oh, and I'm into board games. I thought this will be a little fun thing. Okay, birds everywhere.
It's cute because it has the little eggs. It has the little birdhouse like you showed me there.
What? So tell me just real quick. Tell everyone. We don't have to talk about all the birds, but the bird stuff. What enjoyment? What's your favorite part of it?
Or the hummingbirds.
Okay.
They're so curious. If anybody wants to go to my personal TikTok account, I put videos of them. But all the other birds you can't get close to because they're flighty, right? You come out on the porch and the chickadee's eating and they're like, oh, bye.
Yeah.
But you go out and the hummingbird, it just flies right up to you and it kind of looks at you.
And you've named her.
And it's like Piper.
Right.
And she kind of checks you out and you're just like, hi, I'm here for, Well, and she's come, she definitely frequents every day.
Oh, yeah, multiple times down there.
There's some days I miss her because work or whatever.
You miss her.
I miss her.
Right.
I miss seeing her, and also I miss her.
But you have a moment where your paths don't cross, and you miss.
Yeah,
seeing.
And then I'll see her a bunch the next day.
Right.
And she flies up and chirps, and I know her chirp.
Right.
And I know when she's close by. And then there's a couple other hummingbirds, but they're not as friendly. There was one who was kind of checking me out today and sizing me up, and
maybe they just need to warm up. When they do, and if you look this up, I'm full, I really get into a topic not on the show, but in my life. I research, it takes me 4 hours to buy new kind of butter. Anyways, so like a hummingbird, why do they always they have that thing where they do like flip around and they stare at you? Like, is that a known thing? Is that have they determined what that is? Are they really looking at you? Is it because of where their eyes are? You know what? Because it is. Even over the years, if you're even just looking out the back window, sometimes they fly up to the window and then you have that moment where you're like, oh, they just stared at me. It's almost like a little freaky if you're not waiting for it. But no other bird I've ever seen flies and stares at you. But again, no other bird hovers that I know of.
I don't know. And you would think they would be the most frightened of you because they are so tiny.
But maybe they're like, no, we're the quickest we can get away. Anyway,
maybe.
Have you actually seen a nest in any of our trees? I have looked with binoculars for hummingbird nests because I think... And then I see what they look like, and there's that one TikTok with a lady that saves the hummingbird, and she saves them, and they come and tell
jealous?
them. Yeah, no, but I was like, oh, it's like it looked like a spider web silk looking nest thing.
They're just like they're like a little cup almost,
right?
And it's almost like in that video, the baby kept falling out because the babies get big.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
They grow,
and then sometimes they fall out of the nest because it's so tiny. It's just these little, these little tiny cups.
Which is part of the game Wingspan, right? There's different kinds of nests.
I guess
nest types.
I could show you, but I don't know.
Okay, well, I believe you. I was just kind of curious. The thing I've enjoyed the birds.
Yeah.
Yes. I've got someone texting me and I got talking to my watch, and then it's got a bunch of...
This would be hard to even see in a tree. You would think it's just part of the tree.
It looks like mossiness. Yeah. What are they making these nests out of?
I don't know.
So, because there's something in one of our trees, and I look at it every time I'm sitting on the swing that used to live in our house. See episode 4, I don't know, of our podcast.
2, I think it is.
The swing, and which you can check it out, scarletandmitchell.com. But I was just a little plug there for the website. But I remember there's a spot that I look up all the time, and I'm like, it looks like something. Well, wow, so deep. It looks like nesty, but it's not really. It's kind of can't tell.
Yeah.
But then there's also sometimes those weird spider web looking crud, which I actually think is an insect, not a spider, that does like the webby bunches of crud
that's like in the grass too.
In the tree, yeah. There's something, I don't know what it is. Anyway, so okay, let's keep this show plugging along. Unless you have more to say, you enjoy the birds.
No, I enjoy them. I'm just
because it kind of dovetails with making or doing the stuff on the porch or deck. I called the front area the porch the other day, and Max was like, "It is not. It's the back is the porch." I was like, "Okay, the front door. Okay. Sorry." But the deck, which you have decorated with flowers and pots and things to attract birds and hummingbirds.
I worked so hard on that, and those hummingbirds love those flowers.
Yeah, which the one of them we didn't even have to replant. That's why I'm like, the cheapest thing out there is
even
the best
prouder
thing.
Of that one. So we can. I can probably keep all of those next year and trim them down, and they'll just grow back.
Well, you can only hope, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise you just run to Fred Meyer and buy some more stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that 20, yeah, I know, that bag of birdseed. Okay, so we talked once. I don't even know what we called it. That's all right. This is a story about me. We're gonna turn back the clock to May of this year, right? And it is a Saturday, and I have work, right? And I go to work, and it's like 10 in the morning, right? And it's not a busy day at the hospital, not a busy day on the floor. I think I have 3 total patients, and I'm there. And it's like, I was done. I was sitting at a little mobile workstation to, what we call a cow or a wow, whatever, workstation on wheels. And I was sitting there and I was like, I'm going to sit down and do some of my charting a little after 10 a.m. And I remember thinking, my left arm felt a little just a little numb, or it felt like icy is what I described, like icy stuff kind of like coursing through the lower part of it, just kind of this icy strangeness. I was like, and I kept kind of just shaking it off, like, okay, let's forget about this. And then I kept feeling it again. I was like, what is this icy weirdness? I feel like it's all through my arm. And I was like, does it feel icy in my chest here, in the left side of my chest? And I was like, yeah, whatever. I just tried to shake it off. And there's no one around. I look because I'm outside and there's no other nurses around. It's not a lot of nurses there that day. And I'm just I'm shaking it off. And then I remember distinctly thinking, like, oh man, what if something bad is going to happen? Then I remember really thinking, I heard your words, which at the time I remember you had said something like, it doesn't matter when it's your time to go, it's just your time to go, or something like that. You just had recently talked about it doesn't really matter. If you're going to go, you're going to go, right? And I thought, oh no. And I remember just kind of like, well, if it's my time to go. And then I had this very distinctive like, oh no, like I feel this through my arm and in my heart. And I just thought, oh no, what if this is like how a heart attack starts? And I had this sensation. The only reason I can describe this, like if you have a volume knob or a knob, and pretend it's life force, and it's like, it's at 10 and I'm good, and it felt like someone turned the volume knob and like everything starts getting a little bit pitch black or like starts darkening. And I feel like my life is suddenly like I'm starting to like that's how like it's.
Yeah.
If you gave it a sound, it would be right. So I kind of stood up and I was like, oh my goodness, this isn't happening. This can't be happening. Like I can't be having a heart attack here, right? And so I was like, oh, and I kind of stood there and no one's around. And I'm like, well, just hold on. And then it comes back again, stronger, just kind of this, again, my arm just feels tingly in my left arm. And in my chest, it's like, I can't tell. Is it tight? And it's like that. And I was like, oh no. I'm like, I'm literally thought I can't die on this floor here. There's nobody back here if I die right now in this, on the hospital. So I started walking up towards the front. I'm in the back of the unit. I'm walking up towards the front. I see the charge nurse and I'm like, she's kind of walking and I wave her down and I just said, hey, I'm not going to say her name. I just said, hey, I said, I don't know what's going on. Something weird's happening to me. I can't be alone right now. Which sounds like a very strange thing to say. I was like, I can't be alone right now. She immediately lights up. She's like, okay, well, what's going on? I tell her, describe what I'm feeling and how there's just like, I feel like I'm going to pass out. I keep feeling I'm going to pass out and my arm just feels really weird. I feel weird. I feel like something bad is going to happen. And I keep having these like this.
Oh my gosh. How many times are you going to do this?
Because I can't the story has a lot more. Okay. So then I go and I'm sitting and then a few more people from staff are like, hey, what's going on? Like, and at this point I'm feeling like I'm feeling like nauseous. I'm just not, I don't know. I'm out of sorts. And I'm like, and I start blubbering like, I'm not going to do this here. This is not happening. I'm not doing this now. I am not going to do this. And in my mind, I'm saying, I am not going to die. That's what I'm really, I'm not saying those words out. I'm saying I'm not going to do this here. This is not who I am. Like I kept saying these things and I can look back and I'm like, what a weirdo, they probably thought. But they sit me in a wheelchair and like, what should we do? And of course the charge had said later, she said, well, you were really pale looking at this point in time. And you were breathing really fast. You were like, you didn't look well. And so then they're trying to decide, do they take me to the emergency department in our hospital or the one across the way? So the poor guy, he no longer works here, so I'll just say his name, Nick, who's like a secretary. Nick's like, they're like, can you take him? Like, Nick's like, okay. So Nick's wheeling me across in this wheelchair, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. Like we wheel all the way over, get to the other hospital, right? And then, great. This is where at the other hospital, and which we finally get there, but I have a few moments on the time. I'm not going to do the, but like that sensation of like I'm fading, like I'm fading out. Like this is it. We're not going to get there in time. And all I'm thinking is, I just need an EKG. Somebody get an EKG on me, right? That's all I want is someone to make my heart. Finally, we get to the lobby there. I know you're like, oh, why do I got to relive this? We get to the lobby, and the lobby has several people, and I'm in this wheelchair, and I'm like. I was like, I got to come up there, and there's people in a line trying to check in. And I'm like, I'm raising my hand, like, I got to check in. And then, then it was like, they were finally like, hold on. And it's like, and then I just started like going, I don't screaming, but I'm like going, help me, help me, help me. Like I'm calling out for help, right? I'm calling out for help because that feeling keeps coming back, that like life force, like that feeling. And all I can think of is something bad is gonna happen. There is something bad is happening. I feel nauseous, all these things. My heart rate is elevated. They're like, we're gonna get you. She's like, somebody help me. And then I'd wait, and then I did it. I mean, this is only probably a few minutes that I'm in the lobby. They finally get me back. They're peeling off whatever. I don't remember. Somebody I text you like I'm going to the emergency department or something. I let you know, right? Yeah. Anyways, they get back. Finally get EKG. They got IV. They're running labs. You get there. I won't belabor it. And then I have a few more incidents of this, like something bad's happening. I'm going to die like that. Everything gets dialed down. Just that sensation of like, brr, okay, no, I wouldn't keep doing it. The sensation that I'm going to die. Like, it's so palpably real. I really thought I was going to die that day, right? They do, and we're there several hours. You finally get there. Did they send me to CT before or after? It doesn't matter.
Before or after what?
You got there.
Oh, after. Because then you went to CT while I was like, because then they were like, oh, we actually can't have children in here.
I know.
And I'm like, okay. And now you're telling me we've been here for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So your parents, so while we had stepped out to like wait for your parents, then they took you to CT.
Okay. And I'm sorry for all the details, listener, but okay. They get me to CT, and I remember, they didn't tell me why, but as soon as I get in there, they're like, okay. And I was like, oh, we're doing a CT. And I was like, are they doing it with contrast? And they're like, oh. And then the guy's like, what? He's asking, the tech's asking, somebody's like, are we doing this? And I remember thinking, you don't know why? And he's like, oh, no. He's like, oh, we're doing a dissection. We're doing a CT to rule out dissection. And I was like, oh, this is not the words I need to hear at this moment. I'm alone.
Now lay on your back and go into this tunnel.
Yeah, and into the tube. And I remember thinking the whole time, like, don't think about this. Do not think about, breathe in, breathe out, right? And I'm like, of all the things that tell me. So, and to the listener who doesn't know, dissection just means like there could be a component, one of my arteries could be splitting one of the layers inside of me, which is how my grandmother died. But she was
at 96 years old.
Right. But I mean, I wasn't thinking about her. I was just like thinking like, what is going on? Like, why are they ruling out dissection now? And all I kept thinking was, and then I was fighting that feeling. And I had my arms up, I think, because they're doing the scan and they inject the dye or the contrast. And I really got super nauseous. And I think it's from the contrast, even though I didn't realize. And I was
that
like,
hot flash.
I was feeling very unwell. And I was like, I'm not going to survive this day. Anyways, longer story, longer. Get back, you're there. We get all the results. We're waiting for a serial repeat blood test.
Everything's normal.
Everything's coming back negative, right? Which in the one hand is like, great. And the other hand's like, well, I don't know what to say. Because, my EKG, my heart rhythm looked great, except for maybe a bundle branch block. But that wouldn't necessarily be related per se. I mean,
I was convinced you were having like pauses because I was like, well, he has this known bundle branch block and a low resting heart rate. So maybe he's finally starting to like, because you go to like 39 or something, like a heart rate of 39 when you're sleeping. That's not uncommon for you.
Right. Well, 38 is usually my.
And I was like, oh my goodness, he's going to need a pacemaker. And he's going to be like, oh, it's the end of the world because I got to get a pacemaker and I'm only 50 years old. And I don't know. I was like, I just thought it was probably a result of your low heart rate. But
so now
your heart rate, every time you were having these episodes and I was watching the monitor, your heart rate would go up to 130.
Yeah. No, that whole, and I got one little thing here. That whole, like everything that I was experiencing there, at one point I convinced myself that somebody had drugged me or that I had, because in the sense of, it felt so very surreal. Like if you've ever had an altered mental status for whatever reason, like I don't have periods of memory are not very clear to me. I felt like one might feel if you were, quote, high. I felt like we're on a trip. I felt very out of body. Like it was all so unreal or surreal and all that. So, it took several hours. Now, let me just read you a bulleted list, okay, of symptoms.
Okay.
Chest pain, pounding or racing heart, sweating, trouble breathing, stomach pain or nausea, feeling of impending doom, sudden feelings of strong anxiety and fear, shaking or trembling, weakness or dizziness. What do you think? Now, that list is a panic attack.
And you checked all the boxes.
Now, let me read you the heart attack list.
Oh, okay.
Chest pain or pressure, pounding or racing heart, feeling lightheaded or faint, sweating, including cold sweats, pain or discomfort in your upper body, such as your jaw, neck, arms, shoulders, or back, shortness of breath, nausea or vomiting, feeling of impending doom.
Oh my gosh.
Now, here is...
But your troponins were negative.
Yeah, so from one standpoint, everything was like There's no, all the
Yeah.
symptoms are, so, but here's the deal. Nobody in that whole process ever said, hey, have you ever, well, was it you? Someone asked me.
I asked it when we were at home. And
have you ever had a panic attack?
Because I didn't want to like dismiss or feel like I was being dismissive while you were in the hospital. I was like, oh, now I don't have the time. But
Well, none of the doctors or nurses, no, and I don't blame them, but no one ever once said, hey, have you ever had a panic attack? And no one, and even my discharge paperwork didn't say anything like, like no one said the word panic attack.
I know they were probably like, who was going to tell him?
This guy's insane.
Like,
now, here's the deal, though. If they didn't want to diagnose that, and they told me to follow with my primary care, and then they also said, hey, you ought to have him do some more, maybe an outpatient stress test, or, get an echo or something, right? They recommended, this is 2 months ago, right? They recommended some stuff. So no one said panic attack, but it's kind of like, oh, it's up in the air. Like sometimes I'm like, what if there's so, and then even I was at Olivia, my daughter's like, oh, hey, sounds like a panic attack, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, and then I read up on panic attacks, and one of the, there's so much on the web. It might have been Mayo Clinic, though. And they had said, hey, this is a panic attack is all these things. And it said most people will only experience it maybe once or twice in their lives, a panic attack. And that people who have chronic ones, that's a whole nother issue or problem. However, so I'm not saying I'm still like, oh, we laugh and call it a panic attack. However, this experience for me was so real. Like even thinking back, like it was phenomenally and frightening. I have never had anything in my life as frightening as this sensation. I really was convinced like this is it. And I remember thinking, is this how it feels for people to die? Like this feeling of like someone turning the volume, like everything gets turned down. And you're going to pass out. I kept feeling I was going to fall down and pass out. Like I really thought, this is it. And I hate thinking about it because it kind of bothers me because it would make me emotionally normally because whatever. So if it's a panic attack. Now, I have not followed up with my doctor. Why, you might ask? Well, I already asked you this, but and I ask you how much do you think my CT cost, right? Yeah. That CT scan alone. Now, we have insurance, right? But my CT scan was $7,404. Now I don't have to pay that. I still have to pay some money, but that's $7,704. And that was one of the most expensive things from that whole visit, the panic attack, which now we have discussed that next time I'm just going to either die or make it through the panic attack. I know,
that's what I said. I'm like, next time you're just going to have to suck it up.
Yeah, well, if that sensation happened to me regularly, I probably would rather be dead. I kid you not, so unpleasant, so incredibly just frightening for me. That's the only word I can say.
Are you ever afraid it's going to happen again?
Yes. So I don't think about it.
Okay, sorry.
So no, I mean sometimes I'm like, ooh, my arm, does it feel weird? But right now,
nope, it doesn't. It's
literally
good.
right now, I feel a similar feeling because I think there's a nerve problem in this arm.
You and your mom and your nerve problems, yeah.
So if I think about it a lot, I'm like, oh, I can. I don't know, but I should probably get. But the reason I'm not going to my doctor is because I've already have to pay a lot of money, even with insurance, for this whole experience. Which again, I feel I was so ashamed. I was so afraid to go back to work. I was so ashamed of how I behaved because I was having a meltdown. I mean, it wasn't like. I wasn't like, oh, but I was just like, I'm so sorry. This is not me. This is not happening now. This is poor Nick. He had to, and I was like, I know he had to see me with my shirt off, Nick. So I'm sorry if you're listening, Nick. I apologize. But now we kind of this made me think one, there's people that don't have any insurance, which actually is probably better for them because they're probably like, yeah, good luck hospital. I don't got any money. Which too bad. And then there's people who are bankrupted or put into worse cases because of this. And there's people like us who are now it's just well, there's, I think $1,700, give or take, is what we're going to end up paying off of $17,000, which probably makes sense. Which $17,000 for a trip to the ED. I mean, And that's nothing. I know people listening go like, that's nothing, man. I had 250,000, right? It just makes me insane, but it's why, I don't know if this is why me or men or some people don't go to the doctor, but all I'm thinking is I don't want to go to my doctor now and have him be like, oh, we should run some tests.
I mean, I also think this is why we have, as a developed country, some of the worst healthcare. We have some of the greatest healthcare systems in the world, but as a society, we have the worst preventative care because the system with insurance, hospitals, like, it's so broken. It is so broken, so deep down. Like, I mean, I think of Luigi and I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
I'm for it. Like, it's insane.
Right.
Like,
It's frustrating because, like I said, I'm frustrated because it's like, because I just spent money on something that apparently wasn't real, or it was, but
yeah.
And the system, which is why, again, I'm like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to like go get checked out for if there's a real issue, because it's just going to feel like money thrown away, which is kind of sad. Some people might say, well, that's your health. And we don't have a good incentive system. Not that this isn't about, sorry, folks, if you're listening, it's not really about, we're getting on a soapbox about healthcare. I was just kind of formulating, like, is this part of why some people, myself included, don't go to the doctor? Because I just feel like I'm wasting, because my insurance doesn't really do much at a certain point. You're like, wow, this is wasteful. Like, it's a paycheck deduction, and there's more money. The co-insurance still exists. So I guess
between medical bills and dental bills this year,
we don't have any money.
We ain't taking no vacations for a few years.
Yeah, so I would always said, and this is not new, but if I wish the insurance company, I wish it was more like this. They'd say, hey, look, you're paying, like, we would rather we'll pay for a dietitian and a trainer and a nutritionist for you, like preventative, like you can go and like meet monthly. And if you're into that, like that would be money better spent. And I'm sure I could, instead of spending the $1,700 on this panic attack, if that's what it was, if I had spent the last year spending that on myself, which is also hard. I know that's a discipline to say, look, no, go get a massage, go to a trainer, go see a diet, like go to a psychiatrist. Like those things should be happening, but there's not a lot of incentive, or you don't feel like there is. I don't know, does that even make sense?
Yeah.
Like, because healthcare companies would have to overcome two things. One, people have to shift. Like I would be like, what? I'm like, I'll put it off. But they would also have to shift and say, look, we know if we invest $1,000 in you to have a gym membership and all these things, we're actually going to save a lot longer because we're not going to have as many issues, which I realize I think that's a two-sided problem. I'm not putting it just on healthcare, but I wish there was more. Maybe there is. I haven't researched. I wish there was more incentive or more way. Cause like, maybe it just becomes like, oh, my gym's free and I don't go now because my healthcare. I don't know. It's probably problems all around. I'm not solving it. Yeah. If you've had a panic attack or you're consider having one, reach out to the show on Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter, TikTok, or feedback.
Try to avoid the hospital. Okay.
Yeah. But you see, if it had been a real heart attack then and didn't do anything, I'd been really angry. Well, I guess I'd be dead. So the joke could be on everyone else.
I know.
That's why they got you when you're really worried. Anyway.
You do have slightly elevated cholesterol.
I know, mildly. Yeah, I don't know where that is. I would like to get it checked out. I don't want to pay $300 lab fee. Is there a different test we can do? Probably a home test. Is my buddy Jeff Bezos got something that I can order on Amazon? Gross. They do have some blood tests. Okay. Right. Okay, moving along. So the panic attack incident and all the costs, healthcare. I'm not here to go boo-hoo. It's more like, I feel ya, people. If you're struggling, or not even that, you're just like, yeah, it just never ends, right? Because you always say, oh, there's some, that's how I am. There's something. Okay, let's talk about the house right now. Smells pretty good, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, because
I got some
because of the
pizza sauce.
I was going to say because of the flea stuff?
No, we weren't. I had to cut that out of that episode. There's some pizza sauce brewing on the stove, which... Hopefully it's
Dad's homemade pizza night.
Yeah.
And yes, Mitchell can make some wonderful pizza.
So it's the sauce is gone, and which is about cooking, because we kind of recently talked about, I guess I call cooking back then and cooking now. Like back then, meaning before kids, when responsibilities were fewer. I felt like we cooked a lot more.
Yeah,
we did. We cooked together.
Because now it feels like court-ordered community service, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Like capital H, capital A, capital T, capital E.
And
it.
Do you think it? Why is it because time? Is it because you've got a 4-year-old with a?
Yeah, it's a few things. So when it was just you and me, we're fine with just like not eating, or just being like, oh, I had this for lunch, I'm probably not going to eat, or dinner, or we would make it something special. We're not picky eaters. We would, agree on like, let's have, I don't know, steak and Brussels sprouts, so we would like cook up some steak, bake some Brussels sprouts, whatever.
Open up a bottle of red wine.
Yeah.
Cook together.
Back then when we, like, and it was like an enjoyable thing. And then we would chop vegetables together, talk about our day.
Be in the kitchen together,
and
sous
then,
chefing it.
Yeah. And then a teenage boy moved in with us after we had, when Max was 6 months old. So then it became a little complicated.
Yeah.
Because now we're not going to make 3 steaks. Well,
right.
We're not going to like make Brussels sprouts because he's not going to eat them. Or, like even we would grill up the veggies, like the eggplant, zucchini. He's not going to eat that. Right. So it just made it's like, oh, so now we have to think of something that we're all going to agree on.
Well,
in which case, it's probably not going to be healthy or as healthy as I would like it to be. And now Max is older. And now it's like, oh, now we have a 4th mouth that's like, oh, I don't want... He's not picky, but he's also not going to eat... Like, if we have tacos, he's not going to eat taco meat. He's not going to eat, like, a taco and taco meat. I'm going to make him a quesadilla or something.
Right. Even then, he's probably going to be like, can I have mac and cheese?
Yeah, last night we had cheeseburgers. And sure, he would probably eat a cheeseburger, but he would take 2 or 3 bites out of it and be like, okay, I want mac and cheese now, which is fine. He's 4.
Right.
So we had mac and cheese and hot dogs. Great. The kid is fed. But now it's like, now I'm making a meal for Max, and then I'm making a meal that I don't necessarily want catered to everybody else.
Right. And you might not be hungry.
Yeah. So I hate it. So finally, on the nights that you work, I'm like, I'm not cooking.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some food for Max. I'm gonna make whatever I want, which might be nothing because sometimes I don't eat my lunch until 3:00 in the afternoon.
Right.
And that takes the pressure off.
Right, but okay, no, I'm just saying, and we also use. You're like, I'm going to grind this axe about how I hate cooking for everybody. But we did like the, not with Home Chef, Blue Apron, Green
Home
Chef,
Blue Apron. What was it? Hello Fresh.
Did we? Yeah. There's Green Chef, Home Chef, Hello Fresh, Blue Apron. I feel like there's we've done a bunch of those. And which the only beauty is you don't have to go shopping for this stuff, but you still got to do all the prep work on some of them.
Oh my gosh, the prep work.
It's the same
It'll be like, oh, it takes 5 minutes to prep. And then, lies, all lies, always a lie.
And there's a bag of the green beans that you have to snap all the ends off. And you're like, what?
Are you kidding me?
And so, I mean, we did that. I don't know if we ever did that with Danger here, but it's just
we did. And even then, some of it was too exotic for him at that time.
Right. I mean, I think, so I mean, the joy of cooking.
You don't eat fish.
Yeah.
So like I would have to then order those meals and tailor them to be like no fish, no mushrooms. Like even that was like infuriating. So I'm like,
well, so I guess what I'm saying is the joy of cooking has gone temporarily. Like every now and then, like I enjoy doing my pizza. It's not as involved. It's just kind of like, it's simple-ish and I enjoy it and it's a good end product. But like, we're not cooking together, which we couldn't do anyways because usually one of us is managing Max. And even
Yeah.
if Danger's not here, I feel like time is now where it's like, yeah, it's not enjoyable not because of Max. It's just not the time right now in our lives where we're going to cook. But I was just, like I said recently, I was like, oh, I have lots of fond memories of, I'd be like, am I going to be your sous chef? And you'd be like, here, cut this onion. And it was just like, we were working together in the kitchen. And it was just memorable, fun times. And now it's just like,
we'll get back to it in another 12 to 14 years.
You're just like, yeah, get out of the way. Can you just please take him somewhere else so I can do this? Do you know if Danger's eating tonight? It's just like okay, oops, sorry for even bringing this up. But
it is quite a touchy subject for me.
Well, I was just saying
but that is why I've liberated myself from some of this responsibility.
Right. But sometimes I think like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter what other people do, because other people have like, I do come from a family where we ate dinner every night together as a family. Like that was a thing. And it wasn't, was it required?
I did not.
Was it required? No, it was just what we did, and it was maybe expected. And so I grew up with that, and I didn't think about it. It wasn't like I was like, really, do I have to be here? It was just like, that's what we did. And I realized that's more traditional family. I grew up with, mom's homemaker, dad's out working. We both are full-time nurses. So it's different dynamic. It's a different day and age. I'm not implying I want traditional, but it's like, what is how do you bring some of that back? I've thought about actually getting us like a cooking class, couples cooking class, like signing up, just even if it's a one-timer kind of thing. I thought, that'd be fun for an anniversary. Yeah, but I've never done it because I'm always like,
what? Come on, you're so good at planning stuff.
I know, but because the reason is I'm like, oh, we could do it, but then what? We're going to have this fun time, and then we're never going to use those skills again.
He's not good at planning stuff. I plan all the stuff.
No, it's because I can think through the madness, which is like, okay, we're gonna go downtown, go to a fun little food kitchen thing, and we're gonna learn with a whole bunch of people and how to and this and that. Here's how you do a radish and do a rose, whatever it is. And then it's gonna be like, oh, when we come back home, it's like, hey, do you want to do some cooking? It's like, no, I gotta go pick up Max. Oh no, I got this going on. No, I'm running so and so. Oh, somebody's got tennis. Like there will never be time. It's a time issue. We're never just gonna enjoy doing that, which is why I'm like, oh, I guess you would say, well, we still have the experience of fun and going and cooking somewhere. That would be fun and enjoying that meal, but it wouldn't be like beneficial where we come back and go like, oh, now we know how to
flambe
julienne fries, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I mean, what can I say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do other people do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what did I eat today for lunch?
Yeah, I just do it. And like, I love it. And I love cooking dinner for my family of whatever.
It's like, and I always say it's relative.
Yeah.
Because you can meal prep, right? Mm-hmm. You could make a bunch of stuff ahead of time, but then you're like, that takes the time and a day to do that. You can take advantage of economies of scale by doing like, hey, we're going to do it a whole bunch now. So you don't have to worry about it, but yet we don't.
Yeah.
And you still have to take the time. Well, there you go. Reach out if you have answers or solutions.
Or you go through like all that trouble of like cooking stuff for people, and then you see them like cut the fat off the steak and like move it to the side of the plate.
Man, you're always...
Or you like see them like, you're like, oh, a baked potato, and they like don't eat the skin.
Or the crust on my pizza.
And you're just, yeah.
Don't eat my
Mark
pizza crust.
Shelton, we're talking to you.
Yeah, buddy. Wow, he's getting called out every week.
I mean, you have your thing. I have my thing where it's just like, that is wasted nutrients.
Right. Or my energy or something I put my heart and soul into. So there's that kind of thing going on. Yeah. Well, I guess so. If you want to reach out, send us your own feedback. You can send an email. You can go to the website, leave a comment on scarletandmitchell.com on the episode. You can go Instagram, TikTok. Oh, less cats, please. That's the social handle you want to look for. And then that's it. We're going to round this out because it's really time. But we can.
Got to go pick up the 4-year-old.
Next time we'll follow up on what we're calling my perfect week, which isn't so perfect after last night, but whatever.
Hey, we're learning a new game.
Yeah, but anyway, we are. But my perfect week. So I'm going to pre-sell that, but not really, which is really about going to test driving a 7-day period where it's, quote, perfect, not perfect me, but perfect like bedtimes and a few other things. Seeing if I can make that work out. So anyway, Any final
Right.
thoughts?
No, we never talked about the AI music, but yeah.
Oh, well, look, I can make that quick.
Because I'm getting a little tired of this song, honestly.
Well, okay, since you brought that up, I asked ChatGPT. I said, hey, here's what I said. Oh, shoot. I just moved the mic. Great. I'm having problems. Am I still centered in my stupid camera?
Yeah.
Somewhere. Okay. I said, hey, create a theme song for a podcast named Doing the Most. And here's what ChatGPT said. Sure, here's a catchy, energetic theme song concept for the podcast Doing the Most, designed to reflect the bold fun and maybe a little chaotic vibe.
Oh, boy.
Perfect for a show that covers a lot and doesn't hold back. Woo. It doesn't actually have music. It has all the lyrics.
What?
Yeah. It just says opening, upbeat instrumental, claps and bass kick in, spoken over music. You're tuned in to Doing the Most, where life, laughs, and chaos collide. The sung verse, playful and punchy. Woke up wild, no time to coast. Coffee strong, and we're doing the most. Stories, cats, and vacuums too. Nursing shifts and breaking through. Chorus, here's the catchy hook. We're doing the most. Can't hold us down. Voices loud. We own this town. From highs to lows, we ride that wave. It's real, it's raw, and slightly unshaved. Tagline.
Unshaved?
Yeah. Tagline, spoken with swagger. This is Doing the Most. Let's go. Music fades into the episode.
I'm gonna say hard pass.
You haven't heard the music? No one has.
It was giving like Fresh Prince of
Well, that's because I was speaking it like spoken word.
I know.
And then there you go. Would you like a version that's more mellow, acoustic, hip hop, synthy, or even genre specific like pop punk, jazz, or lo-fi? I can also write out full lyrics or provide a version for a custom jingle. I want the music, not the lyrics.
Does it not do music?
No, this is what it looks like. It's got a little musical. It's like,
Oh my gosh.
I'm surprised they didn't go like,
Do you have to upgrade to the pro or something?
why didn't they say like sung to the tune of Dixie? Wait, no.
What?
Wait, what's the name of that like humming in the I know, whoa. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah strumming on the old banjo.
No.
Dinah, won't you blow? I mean, it doesn't have a sing in this. Like, that would have been more helpful, ChatGPT, even if it had said like set to the tune of.
Yeah, there's got to be something out there that like
I don't know.
makes some AI jingle.
Whatever.
Something.
So there you go. Otherwise, you get
To be continued.
stuck with our other song. So until next time. Well, we still haven't got a flippin' outro.
I'm Scarlet.
I'm Mitchell.
Oh my God, Eeyore.
And we're doing the most. Thanks.
Bye.
Actually, the music is playing.
Oh.
She's not my girlfriend, she's acting like a leech. I don't know what happened.
We were walking on the beach. I didn't realize it's already 4:50, dude.
Now I can't get rid of her. She thinks she's with me, but
So the sauce is probably, it's reduced now to a full-on paste.